knowing which order types to use and when to use them is vitally important. If I wanted to buy Boston Scientific, for example, when price is confirmed up, I would need to use the appropriate order type to help me enter that trade. And there are lots of order types to choose from. And again, vitally important that we become familiar with all of them. So if I want to buy the stock, I can come in here to the trade tab, and there's lots of ways to do this. And I can initiate a trade by clicking on the asking price. And when I open up the asking price, it's going to ask me for details like I want to buy, and it's going to specify the stock, and it's going to specify the number of shares. And we have over here details that are really important. We can specify the price and the order type and how long we make it that order type good for, what's the time and force. And there are many order types to choose from. So if you look at this list here, you'll see market orders, which will execute immediately and get you in at the very next available price, and they tend to jump right to the front of the line and get filled within a split second. Guarantees a fill does not guarantee the price you pay. A limit order will allow you to specify the price. If I click on the limit, I can specify the price, and when you're the buyer, a limit order means at or below that price, and if you're a seller, it means at or above that price. A trader might want to use a stop order to trigger out of a trade or into a trade accordingly when a price criteria is met. A buy stop means at or above. A sell stop means at or below. A stop order technically is not an order. It's a trigger. It's a price trigger. And it sends either a market or a limit. So if I use a stop order, you'll notice here it says stop, STP, but then here it says market, MKT, and it's got that little tilde. And you don't really get to control the price when you put in a stop. If I put in a stop limit, I get to put in the trigger price, and I get to put in the limit price I want. So I can actually use the stop as the price trigger and then have it send in a limit order instead of a market order. And that will help me control the entry price of the trade. There are trailing stops that can chase the stock price for you and help you lock in those gains. There's trail stop limits. Again, that will, when the stop is triggered, that will send in a limit order instead of a market order. And then you have other fancy order types like market on close or limit on close. And you have other order types. Other brokers may offer iceberg orders. They may offer contingency orders. And again, knowing which order type to use and when to use it and being extremely comfortable and confident with the order types that your broker offers you is vital. It's essential for traders to master those. Now I'm going to show you one awesome little trick here. With these order tickets, if you come over here and click on this little cogwheel and you read the description down at the bottom of the order ticket, it gives you a plain English description of what the order type is. So if I change the order type to a market order, the definition price changes. BSX at current market price, the order is only valid for the current trading day. Well, if I change that to a limit order, the definition changes. Buy 100 shares of BSX at 44.50 or better. Note that order price is at unlocked mode, and so I've got an unlocked padlock. And so what that means is I need to lock the padlock to make sure that limit order doesn't change. Just by clicking on that, notice the definition. When I click on this, notice the definition changes. So if I click on that, the definition changes. If I click on this condition or that condition and do these different things, if I put in these different indicators, things, well, that'll actually change the definition criteria of when that order triggers. So again, get a great command. Tremendously awesome command of those order types. So you have no doubt which order types you should be using. And practice. Watch the training videos. And we'll do more in-depth videos on which order types to use and when to use them in the STEP training video series.